had the body in the trunk and everything too. Oh, are we rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Cut that.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Come in.
There was only one knock. There was only one knock. There's only one knock. There's no real reason for it to be called Knock at the Cabin. Come on knocking on our door. We've been waiting for you. Dave Bautista's here to ask you and make you give a sacrifice. Are you willing to give a sacrifice?
Maybe. For Dave Bautista, probably not.
No. You've sacrificed, though, before.
Maybe once.
You've dabbled in sacrificing, haven't you?
Twice.
Don't
Maybe
lie.
once or twice.
Don't lie on the podcast. You have to tell the truth on
God
here.
is my witness. God is my witness. Maybe once or twice.
I've been really excited to talk about Knock at the Cabin, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, Movie Night Shyamalan. In case you guys didn't know that, that's his actual legal name, Movie Night.
Yeah.
Yes, Movie Night. Yeah.
M-O-O-V-I-E.
He was so embarrassed by it that he was just call me M. Can you imagine being on set? Hey, M, come here, mommy.
Yeah. Get over here, M.
Mama.
Night.
Come here, mama. Come here, mama night. Movie night.
And honestly, speaking on
Movie
it,
night at M Nights.
Speaking on it,
It's just him playing his own movies.
I did enjoy the commercial cameo, though. Speaking on that, though. The
His
fried
cameo's a
chicken
lot
commercial.
better in this film than it was in Old, right?
Yeah.
He had a lot to. He was like the villain in Old,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yes.
He was old.
Yes.
He was the guy making them old.
Yeah. And for more secret society cult stuff.
Boy, does he love that.
And I like it too, but yeah, it's kind of just it's not really. It's getting a little predictable.
It is getting predictable, and I feel I've been waiting to talk to about this movie. I was able to see an early draft of it. The visual effects were kind of still not really there when I first saw it. When he references about the figure, it looked like Jesus Christ was in the room. It literally looked like an angel was like floating in there. But in this cut, it's just a flare. It's just light beaming in, which the simplicity of it is a million times way better. But I feel like all of that energy, that ambiguity, that attention is not being given to these films. He's giving all of that energy over to Servant on Apple TV, and it is such a good show, man. Even Rupert Grant is also he's in both of these projects, but he does a lot more in Servant, and that show is just, it delivers on the whole cult aspect, on what the lingering question is always, what is actually going on? And boy, do they dangle that thread in front of you. But with this movie, it feels like they want to get right into it. They don't, not a moment of hesitation. It starts right away with Dave Bautista.
Yeah, walking in. Same costume, all movie. Yeah, I liked the quasi-religious symbolism, but it not really crossing too many boundaries, of course, and them not really working too hard to try to explain it or cover their tracks. Then I could respect some creative differences on that. But
for a movie about faith, belief,
Yeah,
they're not leaning
like
too
those
much
challenges.
into a religion aspect of it.
I do like those challenges. I just wish it paid off just a little bit more in the end.
Right.
Personally.
Right. I think for me, everything is delved into the performances, because the way they shot this movie and the way that they acted in this movie is something I feel like M. Night has been missing in his films. I wasn't impressed with Old, given that my boy Wolf was in there and everything, but
Alex Wolff.
I feel like with this one, they were really keen on the performances, on those close-ups, on building that tension and stretching it out as much as they could in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once you know everything that is going on and you're caught up with the story and the visions, at that point it's up to you to kind of either go for the ride or not. Were you with the ride or not, man?
Yeah, it was okay. It was entertaining. I like kind of stories where the characters know more than the audience. It just makes the dialogue just juicier. It makes it makes you want to like dissect what what they're like really saying, and also like catch up to speed to what they know. I think that's always an interesting style choice. And a lot of those interactions, a lot of those dialogues were very, very personal, and were very, very gripping and intense at certain parts.
Even when
Yeah,
the young child actress in this film, she's really great. I think they picked a really, really great child actress to do this.
Yeah, especially in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those super close angles.
I feel like his movies are kind of just missing that edge, man. That grit, that dark ending, man. And he can do it. He can totally pull it off. I'm not spoiling it at all, but I think the daughter should have died. I think Wen should have been the one that had to have been sacrificed and killed off, because it would have just the weight of it all, man, would have just been, I think, the payoff. I think you're missing a payoff. I'm missing a bit of a payoff too in this. For me, another rabbit hole, if you want to go into, I think that it all should have just been a hoax. That they should have been set up. That imagine if when they drove to the diner, the father and Wen, that they realized nothing was actually going on. They're looking around, everybody's acting normal. The TV screens are showing different stuff. They start asking questions, and they're like, we have no idea what it is you're talking about. And that could have been a crazy M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong twist. Yeah, yes, but there's really not a Shyamalan Ding Dong twist in this one.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Where's the ding dong?
Everything happens, everything happens.
They give it all out to you, and it was kind of weird too. Even when like the nurse is in the restroom, and she's like, "Oh, you better believe this, honey. This is all real. Literally, it is real." Which gives you no room as the audience to be like questioning: Is this real? Is this not real? Because they're literally spoon feeding you like, "Oh, you better believe it, honey."
Yeah. She
was doing that for a second.
Yeah. The weapons were kind of cool.
The weapons, they're the four horsemen weapons.
The combination of others, you know what I'm saying? There was like an axe and then like a pitchfork, like a ball and chain thing, kind of interesting.
Dave Bautista is kind of doing away with the more physical roles in favor for something that's more character driven. And I think for his career, man, it's paying off. He was one of the best parts in Knives Out, Glass Onion. In case anybody that hasn't seen that, if you need a reason to see it for Dave Bautista. If you need a reason to go see Shyamalan Ding Dong's movie, but you're not a Ding Dong fan, go see Bautista, because I think the more he's stepping away from the superhero genre, the more that dude is probably the best pro wrestler turned actor in the game right now, man.
Loved him in Dune.
And he didn't do anything in Dune.
I know.
And he's going to do so much more in Dune Part 2, yeah. I'm sure. But I think the guy's on such a good trajectory right now.
Yeah. Hope to see more.
Anything else for you that kind of stood out? Anything else that we're missing?
What's the embargo? What's the score?
Embargo hasn't lifted yet.
No.
Yeah, no. By the time they see this, it'll be out, yeah. Let's play a little game. Let's try and guess the score. What do you think? Are people going to be more reception to this, receiving it, or not?
It's more entertaining than Old.
It is.
I'll say 75.
And Old had a bigger budget.
Interesting.
This movie had. I'm assuming. I really don't know that off the top of my head, but I'm just assuming. I mean, any movie that takes place at a cabin cannot cost more than $500 to make. Am I right?
Yeah, man, make it easy. All the money went to all the news cams, watching all those four people drown.
Right. I'm going to say, man, people really don't like his movies. Honestly, this isn't even my own opinion. I'm going to say a solid 69%.
For Shyamalan Ding Dong, I do want to shout out the fact that they're really pulling together these screeners pretty nice, honestly. All the preemptory stuff, even when we were seeing Megan and shit,
we're having too
The
much fun at
stills
these
and shit.
screeners, okay?
You know, they're kind of interesting.
We're having you and I are having too much fun at these screeners, okay? We literally saw a man fall up the stairs
Didn't think
tonight.
it was possible. Didn't think it was possible ever.
I've seen everything now.
Yeah.
He fell up the
Yeah.
stairs, guys,
Yeah.
not down.
Yeah, and we were laughing at him like for 30 minutes, dude. Poor guy was embarrassed.
I was kind of hoping something was broken.
Yeah, poor guy was
because it was a hard fall, man.
Poor guy.
I wanted the ambulance to come.
Yeah. And unfortunately for us assholes, we just sat there and went, oh.
I wanted to give him my assistance, but I didn't know. You don't want to embarrass the guy in front of everybody. But he just kind of stood up like nothing happened. He stood up like everything was like cool. He was just like, huh? What's going on over there? I was like, dude, the movie, you still got 10 minutes, man. He was running in the theater. There's no reason for him to be like running inside. And there's plenty of seats.
He was too excited.
It wasn't crowded. They are getting better at these screeners because now they have, with the banners, they're starting to play more like ambience, or they're trying to get it to like to be animated.
Yeah, right. It's cool. It's actually really cool.
Yeah. I'm starting to love the experience a little bit more. I did get told that you and I are a little bit too loud. And you want to know who I think it is? I think it's the guy with the notebook that always sits next to me and is writing notes in a dark room.
It just scribbles on that.
I don't know how he's doing that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we were watching Plane. And we were having such a good time watching that movie.
Listen, we're loud because we're the critics.
We're the critics, man. We're excited to be there, man. We're probably the ones that are the most excited, bringing that energy into the theater. So you're welcome.
They'll understand.
You're welcome.
Enough.
You've been listening to The Critics. I'm Isaac Joel. This is Ronan Revenge.